bit today. Been to see my mum. The song is Lose Control. I'm not sure if it's that Jelly Roll. Is it Jelly Roll? Not sure, but it's so somebody may be losing control over something. What? Who knows? Jelly Roll might mean that you're putting weight on. Maybe you're not in control of your weight or your diet, but it could be something more serious. It all depends on your situation. Let's have a look. It is the 12th of September. 12 is about sacrifice. Odin. Trying to gain knowledge. It's the liver, it's the feet, it's the toes. But above all, it's boundaries. Pisces energy. It's about learning to say no and putting yourself on a priority list. Not letting others drag you down or expect too much from you. It's about martyrs and victims, and I'm afraid we've had a few too many victims for my liking lately, but some will become martyrs. Let's not dwell on that, because we want a positive read, please, Spirit, if we can. So here we go. We've got 7th house again, and we've got Libra again. So that is partnerships, open enemies, and communications, law, Mercury, communications. Let's see. So clear communications are needed about boundaries in partnerships by the sound of it. Sometimes there's unhealthy partnerships made, bonds made with people who are your enemies because you can't let go or they can't let go, and it becomes your arch nemesis, if you see what I mean. A bit like Batman and the Joker, or you become entwined with a negative energy. I've already got somebody coming in on the maternal side. They're right there at my shoulder, so I don't know what that's about. It could be your mother, it could be somebody on your mother's side, but it's the maternal side of the family. There it is. Yep, those enemies I mentioned. So we have enemies. There's a separation taking place. A bond broken. Possibly because of enemies. Those enemies can sometimes be yourself, because you refuse to put boundaries in place. So the battle then, we have to stand up for ourselves. The next 5 days especially, the battlefield. Something in the next 8 days out of the blue, somebody's actions to astonish you, but it is positive. So 5 to 8 days. A separation. There's 2 snakes there. The year of the snake this time, 2 months. And enemies. The Mercury energy. Gemini. As the Pisces, we are not putting our boundaries in place. We are sacrificing our happiness for everybody else's, hanging ourselves out to dry. The bird in the gilded cage, we have everything we need, but there is something missing. There is a lack. There's a hole in the pit of our stomach that we cannot fill. And there's lies, deceit and theft. And there it is. The 7, Libra, the 11 in this deck. The 7th house of Libra. Justice will be served in this, so stand up for yourself. That was quite succinct and to the point, wasn't it? 5 years. Somebody's got their head in their hands. They know they shouldn't be unhappy. They've got everything they need, but there is something missing. And I think it's this separation. There's enemies involved. There's people either making you the victim or you playing the martyr, doing things to keep the peace. That's not going to work. You have to be prepared to turn your world upside down. So the 11 is the most important card in this. You're with the wrong team, they keep saying it, don't they? You're wasting your time. The foundations aren't strong enough. They never were. It was built on sand, and there we have it, the Aries. Head and face injuries. Somebody who's adamant that it's their way or the highway. The main man in your life, the boss, the government official, the father figure, the president, the king, whatever it is, he's a fool. He's not making the right decisions. You're unprotected and will not be successful. 4 and 31, negative energy. Sadly, Scorpio, it's about the reproductive organs and shared resources. Either there's an issue there with money and finances that jointly with some partnership, or there is an issue with the reproductive organs. Scorpio energy, death and rebirth. There is enemies stopping you from happiness. A gathering maybe. Somebody feels abandoned, orphaned, shut out in the rain. Especially from the religion. They don't feel they fit with any faith. There's a decision to make, but somebody's in denial about it. They're keeping the peace. They're not sure of all the facts, or they're protecting others. You've got to stop overthinking it. No shame, no blame. It is what it is. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. You must love yourself first, unconditionally. This is Cancer energy. Somebody loves you unconditionally. It's also the home and family life. There needs to be unconditional love in this situation. Yeah, there it is. So it's come out in its own read. You are sacrificing yourself and your own happiness just to please others. And you're not seeing things correctly. So this will cause a separation. Somebody's made the wrong choice here and it won't bode well. 6 or 24 is negative. Adam, Eve, Lily, Sue, Catherine, Emily, Aidan. We're unprotected. There is a decision we don't want to make. A choice. But it will be made. That's Mercury retrograde. So it's got to be coming up soon somewhere. The decision, the choice must be to put yourself first. And most people see that as selfish. But if you're not happy, you're not ever going to be able to make other people happy. So it's a choice. Every day is a choice to be happy or not. Somebody here is choosing not. They're choosing to make others happy instead of themselves. Yeah, there is a need to bring down those walls, to be vulnerable or to destroy something, but somebody would rather walk around on eggshells. The 16, Pisces in Neptune, the crumbling. Judgment Day has not arrived, or someone will not rise, ascend to a higher level of being because they refuse to make this decision. Number 16 and 20, both negative. The name Joshua could be important. It is time to declare your truth to the world, to stop wasting your time, energy and breath on this situation. Banging your head against a brick wall. You need to come home to who you truly are. 10 years, the end to stability and financial success. But there is a generous, good friend, perhaps a man in uniform, a Capricorn energy, the dragon, somebody sat on his pile of gold, is generous and a good friend. Could be someone in uniform, could be somebody with a dark complexion. There's fond memories of the past, nostalgia and children in this situation. Spirit are going to give you an opportunity within a year, and you must grab it with both hands. And when you do, that opportunity will grow into something profitable, either in love, in finance, whatever it is. But there's unfaithfulness here. There's somebody draining your cup, stealing your happiness, and it's not good. And there she is, the Leo energy, the drama queen, Bonnie Langford, Dennis Waterman, William, and Violets and Elizabeth. This is the drama queen, the one that always causes drama. So that's why somebody here is trying to keep the peace, because they don't want the drama from this queen. So it could be a Leo of any gender, or it could just be that drama queen that you know, giving the negative energy of a Leo, something in the darkness that's being kept from you, the lies, deceit and theft, especially about finances and the reproductive organs. There is something here going on, probably somebody either being unfaithful with money or their body, whatever it is, but it's a negative situation. Somebody's lost control of this situation and they're being walked all over. So, seventh house then, partnerships and open enemies. Wedding rings, the loins, the marital home, the colours blue and brown, relationships, matrimony, partnerships, unity, other people, projecting your feelings onto others or theirs onto you, public enemies and lawsuits. The seventh house is where we seek feedback to reinforce the sense of self as reflected back through the eyes of another. This is why it is the house of open enemies as well as partnerships. We may project our expectations or fears. There we are, our fears. Onto another, seeing qualities in them that may not necessarily have. It may be that what we seek in a partner is what we need to feel complete, and as such is an indication that what still has to be owned in ourselves. So until you own it, you can't have it. Mercury in Libra. Sarcasm. Shared communication, fair-mindedness, logic, strategic but vacillating, so can't make up your mind. And judgmental, yes. Mercury in Libra, there's the judgmental person, somebody judging themselves or others too harshly, and it'll get you nowhere. Where's it gone? lost it. There it is. Mercury in Libra sees both sides of an argument and is dependent on the opinions of others. So you're worrying too much about what other people think. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Libra is giving you a gift there. There is an opportunity here to change everything if you're prepared to bring those walls down. Sealed with a kiss. Libra. And it is, believe it or not, the 7th rune. So the number 7 is massively important. It could be anything. I'm a 7th child. I was born in the 7th month. The number 7 could be massively important. So Giba then. There it is. It brings credit and honour, which support one's dignity. It furnishes help and substance to all broken men devoid of aught else. So this good friend brings something to this broken person. Gifts, both in the sense of sacrifice, there you go, and of generosity, indicating balance. All matters in relation to exchanges, including contracts, personal relationships and partnerships. Please don't sign anything. The letter G. Gifts, generosity and help from those who are in need or are signified by Giba. So for me, the letter G would be Greg, Gary and George. It's also said to indicate love, perhaps in a more general sense of charity rather than purely personal. Oxen, so those born in the year of the ox, may make an appearance with Giba because cattle are the measure of wealth amongst the early peoples of Northern Europe. Another concept intimately connected with the generosity is that of boundary markers. What I say, you need to put your boundaries in place. Maybe that you have to build a new fence. In other words, being overly generous can also be a bad thing. In addition, recognising one's own boundaries is important, as knowing how much to give. In another sense, the rune is connected with the innate talents or abilities that can be taken as gifts from the gods. This is the first rune of the series not to have an inverted meaning, so its message must be taken at face value. Both Odin, the Hanged Man, and Thor, so Wednesday and Thursday, are symbolically associated with Giba. Its significance of knowing one's boundaries and swearing to abide by contracts. Link the runes with Thor, the thunder god, whose job it was to preserve order in the universe. Odin, being the archetypal king, was expected to give generous gifts to his followers in order to reward them for their loyalty. He possessed a marvellous arm ring called Draupnir, which replicated itself into 8 other identical rings every 9th night, so 9 nights. These precious objects were then distributed as it pleased him. Giba has thus gained an extra interpretation as a valuable ornament. In his song, Odin warns that it is better not to ask than to overpledge, as a gift demands a gift. It speaks both of making hasty promises and casting enchantments. Both cases, a price will be paid, so caution must be your watchword. The giving and receiving of gifts has been important in every society, as a gesture of mutual respect and a symbol of fondness. The custom is meant to bind people together. This may be why we still mark affectionate letters with an X to denote a kiss, while in previous ages, when most people were illiterate, documents were signed with an X to signify an acceptance of a contract or agreement, but somebody here doesn't want that agreement or contract. Bringing the aspect of a relationship to the fore, Giba signifies both the donor and the recipient of a gift, and all will be well as long as there are conditions and both parties know their limits. So if somebody's pushing you past it, that is not a fair agreement. Even if nothing material is actually given, the payment for the gift may come in the form of simple gratitude, and somebody here is ungrateful, they're a drama queen. But if that is withheld, resentment and quarrels will be the result, which is where we started, the battle. The same applies to the giver. A present should be given with an open heart, otherwise the giver will feel forced into an obligation and the recipient will feel worthless. When Giba appears, it is certain that you will feel honour bound to help someone out very soon. However, it is important to judge exactly how much help you should give without being judgmental. After all, if you are too generous, then this needy person will become over-reliant upon you. And if you're not generous enough, you could be considered a skinflint and your reputation will suffer. So, they will slag you off anyway, the drama queens. Oh, 22. The fool's journey cannot begin because somebody refuses to let go. This is the herb of grace. Somebody has fallen from grace, unfortunately. Number 22. Zoe and Kate. 22. Mars, war, the sun, something being illuminated, and the moon, possibly the eclipse energy. Herb of grace. Rue. Someone is going to rue the day. This is your protection. It's the magical signature. So, like I said, don't sign anything because you're not protected. Despite this, because it was in the reverse. The strong smelling leaves have a grey-green tint to them, almost as a luminosity, a quality that brings association with the moon and veneration of Diana and Aradia. Rue both protects one from malicious witchcraft and unprotected because it's in the reverse. It is the serpent for change, so the shear, the key for mystery, and the moon for magic. The dagger for protection, the rooster for fertility. So the rooster is the phoenix, and the phoenix cannot rise because you are unprotected. It's grown on doorsteps and hung in doorways to prevent harm from entering the home. So harm will enter the home. We associate it as a ward against evil eye, and in herbal and homeopathic medicine it is used as eye strain. So somebody's eyes are suffering because of this. They are not seeing things. Bright or dimness of light. It is used on folk magic floor wash as green rue water. It's considered a dangerous herb and should never be handled by pregnant women as it can be cause miscarriage. Rue is traditionally known as the herb of grace. It was used in Christian mass and exorcism, sprinkled upon the floor. Spirituality, it confers grace and unseen aid in the form of love and mercy, even when we feel we are undeserving. Rue is a curse breaker, dispelling the ill wishes from others, intentional or otherwise. It shields us with grace and can bring blessings upon our household. When inverted though, rue is communicating that our defences and protections have failed and we need to redouble our efforts or ask for help, be it from the spirit of rue itself or other spiritual practitioners in our lives. Know that you are blessed and you need to protect yourself from all harm. So, there is a danger here. We have the boar and the pumpkin. So again, Venus, Taurus, you need to have confidence to stand up for yourself. So it is the number 18. The Twin Towers, the moon and the tarot. It opened there for us as well. Well done, Spirit. With their winding vines and large, heavily seeded fruit, pumpkin signifies abundance, health, and resilience. They also can be eaten to get rid of parasites. So parasites could be your enemies. Meanwhile, the fierce and intelligent boar is known for its sharp tusks and aggressive movements. Combined, the boar and the pumpkin embody self-assurance. Your confidence is well-founded. Any insults or attempts to damage your morale will roll off your back. You are thick-skinned like the pumpkin and courageous like the boar, so stand up for yourself. What accomplishments are you proud of? How can you improve your confidence and your sense of self-worth? Because it's badly needed. Someone here is walking all over someone, and it's not right and it's not fair. So let's see if we can get this one out before the camera turns off. The Hungry Ghost. So the one you feed is the one that will win. 14. We know this. There's dark and there's light in all of us. I might have to take a picture of this one. When the Hungry Ghost comes to challenge, it's a sign that you've succumbed to fear of lack, yes, which is whispering in your ear that you will fail. Whatever it is you've intended, you've stayed too long in the desiring stage. Longing and yearning have become your constant state of mind. You're comparing your experience with other people's. Don't envy their success. Don't judge yourself only on your material accomplishments. You're afraid that there will never be enough of anything, and no one of your dreams will be there upon your waking. Perhaps you've turned to compulsive eating, shopping, working or drinking to distract yourself. Let go of your illusions of lack.